I'm spending today with one of Oaxaca's best chefs, and you can bet it's going to be delicious.
Okay, let's gonna start here with some dessert that we have that it's based on corn. It's called grana cochinilla. So if you see, it's kind of like a gelatin.
First thing that we're trying, I've never heard of, never tried. It is actually like a corn flan. They say it's like the Oaxacan flan, and on top it's red because on the cactus that have the tuna fruit, the prickly pear, there are little parasites, and they actually produce this red flavor just like the tuna fruit, and so they glaze it with this. Some people also just add food coloring because it's easier, but the absolute traditional way is to use this with this parasite coloring.
Like for example the curries, but what you're looking in curries, it's umami flavor. And if you say
really light in flavor, but definitely I can understand why they compare it to flan. It's really tasty.
Gracias, jefa. Hasta luego. Sí me vende 5 de epazote, pero okay. So this is epazote. It becomes nutty for me, and I love this plant. This is chepiche. You know this? Look, this smell. It's strong. And this is yerba santa. You know this one? Yeah, it's kind of like mint, like deep there. This is yerba santa, you know? Actually. Por eso. In fact, there is a big movement here in Mexico that it's called power food, because one bunch of grasshoppers has the same protein as 2 kilos of meat. But if you see, this is more sweet.
Very sweet.
And if you see, it tastes like corn. ¿Qué ole? ¿Cómo andamos?
We only got 4 people in a group, but we've got things that people can't eat. So Alan can't eat pork. So on this, she put just a bean paste instead of asiento, which is delicious pork lard. It's like a salty, sweet pork butter that is amazing. Also, someone doesn't eat cheese, so we've got cheese on the side, and we have so many memelas to try. Now, memelas we've had many times, and I've got to say, one of the best things for breakfast, super light, lots of different toppings, and what counts is the tortilla. So you actually saw her making them by hand, cooking them to order, and then everything goes on top.
I think that this will be fermented until Madame.
This is delicious. Such good breakfast. Now, one thing to mention about this market that might be a little bit different than the other markets in Oaxaca is that people here are a little bit more conservative. They're not as used to having as many tourists. A lot of tourists do not come through. And for that reason, we have been always asking if we can shoot video or take pictures beforehand. Some people said yes, some people said no, some people said just the food. So if you come here and you're just taking photos, remember, not everybody wants to have a phone put in their face while they're working. And so just be kind, ask if it's okay. Sometimes if you just put your phone or your video camera up and ask if it's okay, they will say yes or no. This woman has so many interesting, this looks like a plum, but it's actually an avocado. And Eduardo is picking some up for us, which is amazing.
Look, I got this. This is chico zapote.
Yes, I've had that.
And zapote negro.
I have not had that.
We are going to try
Oh,
this.
amazing.
Okay?
Yeah, this woman is just, they have a couple of things. Passion fruit that I haven't not seen in a long time.
Sí, creo. Parece-
And I've never seen this. It is a plum.
Oh, okay, okay.
Can we try this? Is it possible to eat it?
Giotillo. Giotillo. It's like a fruit from another kind of cactus.
Guys, I love fruit around the world. I love how fruit in Indonesia, in Asia, you can also find in Latin America, and it's usually because of colonization. I love finding rare fruit. And here, this one woman, she just has all of this stuff that I have not seen in a long time. A few things I've never tried. Some things I didn't even know existed. And Eduardo picked up one of each so that we could try it. I'm so excited. Right here, I'm going to have a QR code for fruit from Mexico because it's not just like mangoes and pineapples. There's so many things to eat, and I'm very excited to try them. Now we're going to his restaurant to cook. And he said, it's gonna be a while because he really doesn't just want us to make food, but wants us to understand how to make the food in our countries when we don't have the same ingredients, but to also understand why, like you have a tlayuda, a tostada, a tortilla. It looks like it's all from the same, and it's the same thing, just different sizes, but they taste different, and he wants us to understand why. Eduardo was just telling us this neighborhood, Panorámica del Fortín, 3 years ago was in disrepair and was not looking great. But since then, the government helped the neighborhood, helped the people who currently lived here, so they weren't forced out because of gentrification, to kind of rebuild. And now the businesses around here have been talking about bringing people here, bringing more business here. And one of the ways that the businesses want to do that is by bringing in muralists. So supporting the local artists here, getting them to almost build like a mural walk to bring people here, some of the best art potentially. And also, this neighborhood has been always known to have a lot of jazz musicians. So to have the music and celebrate the arts, and then also have the food. Oh, it's beautiful. It's like coming into someone's very nice home.
Maybe it's just me and mine, where thunder's had its way.
Now, so first, what I like to do in the cooking classes is that we have fun. Oaxacan food is family, it's hospitality, and it's party. Literally, when we are more than 4 people in the kitchen, it's because everyone will be on hands-on work, okay? So what I wanted here is that everyone makes one of each salsas. We call this salsa ranchera, salsa macha. This one, we call it salsa mari. And here, salsa jalapeño. So if you see here, it's just fresh chili. Fresh ingredients with dry chilies. Just dry chilies and just fresh ingredients. So when you see, you will see all the profiles of the salsas. I think with these 4 salsas, you can see that. Oh my God. I was the first giving you the advice of not touching your face, and I'm the first doing it. But you will see how boom. And it's instantly. It's a little bit more. Yeah, it's to other place. So, this is the salsa ranchera, the cooked salsa ranchera. Carnal, ¿me ayudas a guardar esto en cocina? It's for the ones that are brave because of the chili.
We love samba ola.
Yeah, and it's what I told you, when you really cook, when you cook,
that's
really
awesome.
Cook well the chilies. crazy. You can just be there. But try each one with the tostada and you will see like, wow. No, this is for the mole, explain. But before the mole, I want to show you the one for the guacamole.
Start at the base.
Yes?
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Dried avocado leaves, yerba santa, quesillo. Okay, let me make sure I've got enough masa to go over top. Okay. Okay, and then you roll it up, I believe.
Ah, really?
So we have to earn our way up the height.
And you press it, and then you fold it over.
Yeah.
Is this good? Good?
Oh my
All right.
Because like cheese. Cheese, mushroom, cheese.
Cheese, mushroom, cheese. Do you want some of my cheese? Oh, can I try one of your mushrooms?
Tengo un hecho interesante. And where we put this?
I think over there. Yeah.
This is one lunch. This is for feeding half family.
After all that work, Chef gave us a break for a mezcal tasting while he and his team finished up our lunch.
Dishbe, which means thank you to the land and all of the other things, to probably Mother Earth for this product, because it is so good.
Agave honey.
Ah, gracias. Agave honey.
People use it a ton over here for desserts.
Ah, this is agave honey, and it's used often in desserts. I'm spilling some of it. It's very good. It's kind of like a very dark honey, or like a actually reminds me of molasses with like tamarind notes. Yesterday we did take an agave mezcal tour, but this is why it's always good to take more than one, because Ian just told me something, and that's you can take a little bit of the mezcal and you put it like this. You wait for it to dry, rub it in. And what happens when it dries is it gets rid of that alcohol flavor, and then you're just left with the notes, whether they are floral notes or, so if you're not really good at tasting but want to know what the fragrant notes are, that's what you're left with, because the alcohol is right off. That was really interesting. This goes to show more reasons to drink, try, to explore mezcal. I did not expect this during a cooking class, but I feel like this is a whole day adventure. This is Alan's on top, Alan's giant one.
Yeah.
What an incredible experience with a chef. It wasn't about following a recipe, but really learning and understanding about Oaxacan food. I can't wait to try this at home.